So hard to see the good if you're only seeing the bad. Like, there's so many people that struggle with what their version of success is because they're looking at someone else's. There's so many people that struggle with their world of relationship because they're judging theirs based off of someone else's, right? And when you're constantly in the space of not realizing or noticing your world, your reality, because you're living in what appears to be someone else's, well, your shit is never gonna be right.
People that see someone who's a beast, who's done great things, you just assume that they're different than you. Right. But then you hear about your insecurities and your pitfalls and all the things that went wrong with you, and you realize, well, God damn it, those are the same things that go wrong with me. Like, maybe I have that inside of me and I've just never summoned it.
I want to be able to look back on my life when I'm all dead and be so fucking proud of myself forever. This is all temporary shit to me. I want to be forever proud of who I was as a man and change who I used to be. The liar, the insecure guy, the guy who can, whatever. I want to be proud. If I die now, if I die at 8, if I die at 90, 100, I want to look at myself and say, proud of myself.
Every time you tell your sad, pathetic story, all you do is you reinforce the fact that you're sad, you're pathetic, you're undeserving. What if you told people the story of, hey, I had a fucked up life, but I don't want to tell you that. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do next, and I'm going to go out and do it.
The price of regret is much heavier than the price of discipline. You never want to wake up one day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year down the road and go, shit, man, I wish I would have listened to my gut. I wish I would have done this thing. You don't want to live in regret. If there's something you want to get done in work, your relationships, school, whatever it is, do it.
Easiest thing in the world to do is to complain, blame, and quit and settle. That's the easiest thing in the world to do. But it takes real work to deconstruct and to reconstruct the thought process and the mindset of an individual when they're trying to change something. That's why I always say to people, what's more important, what we acquire or who we become?
I should be doing this. I should be doing this. Well, I don't want to. It's hard. It's like no sympathy for that. You have to do it because otherwise things are going to get worse.
People that look at those challenges and go, why do I always have these challenges? They're cancer. Those people are dangerous to be around. They will rob you of your enthusiasm. They don't give you any fuel. They're the opposite of fuel. Only the dummies stick around. After a while, even if they're your good friend, you gotta be like, bro, you gotta f***ing stop. You gotta stop with all this I can't catch a break bullshit. All the time you're complaining, you could be instead hustling. You could be instead chasing your dream. You could be instead figuring out what you're doing wrong, trying to improve certain aspects of your life, getting your shit together, reading a book, meditating, something. But this I can't catch a break is not helping anybody, and it pushes everybody away from you.
When everything falls apart in your life and your plan is fucked up, what the fuck are you gonna do? There's only one motherfucking option. Stay fucking hard.
Discipline doesn't care if you're tired. You're tired? Do it anyway, right? Discipline says, oh, you don't feel good. Well, do it anyway. Discipline says, it's raining outside and it's cold and it's windy. Do it anyway.
Go do something. Do the best thing that you can think of. Put the best plan you have into practice. It's not going to be perfect, and it will change along the way. But it will change partly because you become disciplined pursuing the path. And as you become disciplined, you become wiser. And as you become wiser, you become able to formulate better and better plans.
I need you to confront you because you're the one holding you up. I need you to confront you. I need you to look in the mirror and tell you are not going to do me like this no more.
Gotta fuck up. You have to fuck up.
You have to take risks so you never find what works.
I call it fucking up. You got to fuck up, man. You have to. And it's like, I want people to understand that it's okay. It's nothing wrong with fucking up.
As long as you learn.
You have to learn from it. I did a lot of dumb shit, but I've learned from it. I'm better from it all. And now I stand and I'm a better guy, and I'm a better comedian, and I'm a better craftsman, I'm a better entertainer, I'm a better businessman. But it's because of the mistakes that I made. If I don't make those mistakes, I don't get to sit here and be the guy that I am today.
My number one competition is me. It's always you versus you. You got to be the one to get up every morning, be disciplined, put in the consistent daily hard work, because that gains success. No coach, no trainer, no mentor, no boss can do it. You versus you.
Move your body. Get it going. You'll feel better afterwards. I know you don't want to do it. I fucking hardly ever want to do it. I maybe want to actually do it 5 out of 10 times. I just do it. I know what it's like to not want to do it. You're just being lazy. Put your fucking shoes on. Yeah. Get a sweat going, then you're going to feel pumped.
People will begin to go like, why are you doing this? This sounds so unreasonable. This seems so rigid. This seems so out of character for who you are. Yes, it is out of character because I'm becoming 2.0, motherfucker. I'm becoming a higher version of myself. I'm becoming the idealized man. I want to become the man that my children look up to and idealize. I want to become a role model. I want to be able to impact and influence and man, inspire people.
A lot of times you have to learn to perform without motivation. You have to learn to perform without purpose. And that's what people think. They think I need to have this motivation to work out, to study, to be better. So if they don't have it, they just don't fucking do it. And that's where you fail.
I wasn't born this motherfucker. I made him. At the bottom of insecurities, fear, self-doubt, lies, was me buried in the fucking fetal position. How I got out of that was recognizing it, being honest with it, being truthful with it, and then fixing it. We like to live on social media with lies about ourselves, how great we are. Get to the source and fix the problem.
Sometimes you got to cut people off. That's what I was able to be my best, to cut people off that's not helping me get to where I'm going at, or even being a distraction, or just negative people around. You need to cut them off. I don't care if you kin to them or whatever. If they not on the same page with you, like I don't want people just running with me no more. I want people pushing me.
I will never quit, because if you quit, you're done. You may still be alive walking around on this earth. You're done. I will never quit. I will persevere and I will thrive on adversity. My team expects me to be physically harder and mentally stronger than our opponents. I hold myself to that standard. I will be physically harder and mentally stronger than anything that comes against me, my family, my business, my brothers, my sisters, my team. I will be the one that is physically harder and mentally stronger, and I will work to maintain that position. You won't beat me.
Man, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's gonna happen how it's gonna happen. You worrying about it ain't gonna change. It's just gonna make you lose sleep about it, get stressed out about it, but you worrying about it ain't gonna change the situation. You can't change it. If it's gonna happen and manifest, it's gonna happen and manifest. We cross the bridge when it gets there. But when you worry about something, more times than not, it creates a negative connotation and perspective upon what you're worrying about. The fear of something happening oftentimes is more powerful than it even happening.
You are not your past. You're you. You're you right now. Like the past you might have done some things you wish you hadn't done. Don't dwell on that. You can learn from it, that's fine, but don't dwell on it. Just keep moving. Keep moving. Use it as fuel. Say never again. I get what I did wrong, but don't think that you're that person that made those mistakes. You're the person who's learned.
It's so easy to be great nowadays, my friend, because most people are weak. Most people don't want to go to that extra mile. Most people don't want to find that extra because it sucks. It's miserable. It's lonely. I was the same way. And that used to hurt me growing up. Now I fucking thrive in that shit. That's the only place to be.
I want you today to decide I am going to become disciplined. That should be your only fucking goal. Because if you develop the ability to say no to the guys' nights and the girls' nights, to say no to the alcohol, if you develop that discipline, how different will your life look a year from now?
It comes down to how far can you run. When it comes down to how much can you push yourself past the part where you want to quit. How far can you keep going? There's a purity in that it dissolves social order, all that bullshit, what people think about you goes out the window. It's who are you right now? That's right. Who are you right now?
Sometimes you have to realize this is it. It's happening now. And this moment decides the longevity of this whole thing. So some mornings you gotta wake up and be like, this is my thing, not anyone else's. No one can talk to me.
If you really want to be the best of the best, you have to treat every day like it's a whole new project. And there's no shortcuts, there's no slacking off, and your commitment must be 100%.
Have to keep attacking. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul of whatever the fuck is in front of you. If you keep on attacking something, nothing wants to stand in front of anything that is relentless.
Every single one of you out there have exactly what you deserve. You might think that life is unfair. You might think that life dealt you a bad hand, but I'm here to tell you life will give you exactly what you tolerate. And if you've been tolerating mediocrity, you've been tolerating average, you've been tolerating this victim mentality that you're carrying, then guess what? You have exactly what you deserve.
We'll tell you this, Joe. You will never in life meet a hater do better than you.
That's a fact.
Ever. So when I fucking realized that, and Jennifer gets so mad at the lies she hears and this and that, because it comes all through. They spew it. I told Jennifer that shit, man. Stop.
Sun don't stop for nobody, man. Sun don't fucking stop. Sun gonna be up in the morning regardless. That sun is gonna be up in the morning regardless of how I fucking feel and how depressed I am. The sun is gonna fucking shine in the morning. And at nighttime, the moon gonna be there. And you gonna look up, these days gonna keep going by. So do you let the days go by and look up and you done wasted a year doing what? Or do you just pick it up? All right, well, gotta figure it out, made some mistakes, life goes on. Let me figure out life from this point.
I don't care where you come from. I don't care where you were raised. If you do the work consistently, 10 years of motherfucking work when everybody else is partying, making excuses, doing the cool thing on the weekend, it's gonna pay off.
In whatever you do, you've got to be a little bit gone to it. You're not all there. You've got to be almost insane to your craft. Not a lot of people can understand that. That's why I don't know about nothing else. I do not pay attention to nothing else. There was games of football on yesterday, there was rugby, there was this, there was that. And like normal society is like, let's talk about this, and let's engage in this. And I can't do it. People are talking to me, and in my head, I'm counting something. I'm counting up a number, or I'm knee deep in a sequence on the mat or on the feet. That's my life, sequences and numbers, nothing else. I cannot pay attention to nothing else.
It's like when Kobe said, I was chasing perfection and excellence, even though I knew I would probably never catch it. But just the fact that I was willing to chase it, I would defeat most of my opponents, because most of my opponents would never chase something that didn't have any guarantees attached to it.
I just want you to remember that average is the enemy. Success is your responsibility. And change can take place in an instant if you are willing to flip the switch.
And so many people just want it the easy way. I'm sorry, man. It's not. So what they start to do is they build this narrative of it's okay. When the narrative should be, you need to fucking work harder. You need to fucking discipline your mind better. We need to help people more than just saying it's okay.
You gotta just know that everything is temporary. And when you try and hold on to something, that's when it can destroy you. Anything. You know, people, seasons, places, things are all temporary. And that's why you have to enjoy that present, right?
Sometimes you got to stop focusing and thinking about what could have happened and what should have happened. And you got to live in what is happening, right? Because I always say to him, stop trying to understand it and focus on surviving it. Because the quicker you can survive it, the quicker you can use it. The quicker you can extract a lesson from it. The quicker you can glean perspective from it. And for all of us, we're going to encounter those defining moments in our lives, right? To where it's going to hurt.
You ain't no boy no more. This ain't no base. This ain't no, I want to go party. Not time to be party no more. Now it's time to create a legacy now. You had your fun. Now get to work.
A lot of people sit back and they dream about being a sports figure, or dream about being a SEAL, or dream about being an astronaut. And all it is a motherfucking dream. They don't put the work behind the dream. That dream has become their fucking master. When you become the master of your fucking dream is when you say, I want to go be a Navy SEAL, and you say, okay, I'm going to lose 106 pounds in less than 3 fucking months.
You got to bet on you. You believe believe in everybody else, you clap for everybody else, you support everybody else, you baking cakes and making cookies for everybody else. But when are you gonna look in the mirror and believe in the darn person you see? It's about time for you to believe in you, because you've got it.
It's all in your mind. Whatever you hold in your mind will tend to occur in your life. If you continue to believe as you have always believed, you will continue to act as you have always acted. You will continue to get what you have always gotten. If you want different results in your life or your work, all you have to do is change your mind.
You want to be ordinary? You ain't even got to listen to me. Just go on about your business. If you think ordinary is cool, ain't no problem. It's some really, really wonderful ordinary people. But if you are sitting in this room and you have extraordinary aspirations, then you're going to have to do extra.
Stay true to your dream. There's enough success in the world for everybody. Everybody should be able to get a piece. And I think that if everybody adapts that mindset, that our world will ultimately become a better place. Right now, it's a crab in a barrel mentality. And it takes people to speak up about being positive, about bringing people closer together. And that's what I do, man.
People give up right before they about to get whatever they need to get. Like, damn, you right there, you right on the door. And it's always the toughest when you're like right there, when you're about to say, fuck that shit, I'm about to walk away. But then if you would have kept going just a little bit longer, everything would have opened up for you.
It's all in your mind. Whatever you hold in your mind will tend to occur in your life. If you continue to believe as you have always believed, you will continue to act as you have always acted. You will continue to get what you have always gotten. If you want different results in your life or your work, all you have to do is change your mind.
The fear is never reaching your potential.
That's it.
That always falling short, always quitting before you're done, always procrastinating, always not doing the right thing. And then one day you're an old man.
Yep.
And you look back and go, God, I could have been great.
Yep. Get back to fucking work. It's time to get back to work. Stop hearing yourself talk. Get off the podcast. Don't be on social media too much. Cut out all the fucking noise. Get back to the fucking mental lab. Because that's where the knowledge came from.
You're not going to score on every shot.
Right.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't take the shots. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try to hit the goal. But part of being able to continue to take shots is to have the strength of character to tolerate the fact that in that instance you weren't on top.
I believe that everything happens for a reason. People change so that you can learn to let go. Things go wrong so that you can learn to appreciate them when they're right. And sometimes good things fall apart so better things can fall together.
There's no easy road to what you want. It's a long road. You got a lot of people that want to be a doctor. Some people don't want to go to school for 8 years.
Right.
But the ones that go to school for 8 years end up being some of the best doctors ever. Everybody want to be a lawyer. Some people don't want to go to school for that 8 to 10 years. The ones that make it out end up being some of the best lawyers in the world. Everybody that wants to do something doesn't understand the steps that you have to take to get there. No matter what, you can't escape work.